When I'm in the studio, I normally just start with just melody. So I don't kind of know all the time what I'm gonna create, but I will just hear a sound or like find a loop or find an instrumental, and then words will just flood to me. But lately I've just been putting the mic on and just been like freestyling, make it make sense, because I've been away like every weekend. So my what's the word I'm looking for? My experiences have just gone through the roof. So now I've got so much to talk about that I feel like I can just freestyle and I don't have to kind of write it down and like architect it. Yeah. Lockdown was a struggle at first, but luckily my studio is just around the corner from my house. So it was a struggle because I'm such a social person, and my friends was like, obviously they couldn't come see me. No one was coming out. So I'm normally used to creating, but then being around people after. But it was just like this real secluded space, which was, it worked in my favor and it didn't at the same time, because I did make a lot of songs, but then at the same time, I did miss that social element. So it just felt like a job for once. And I don't like music to feel like a job. You know, I feel like I went in the studio and I was like, I have to make something today. And I didn't like that feeling. Whereas normally it's a bit more easy going, where it was either like stay at home and just be at home, which I'm never at home, so I don't even know what to do at home, or go in the studio. So I chose going in the studio and I got some good songs from it. But yeah, it was a bit tricky. When I'm in the studio, I don't really like opinions, I'll be honest. Like I get a bit agitated. Like, you know when people talk, like you're trying to like get this idea out and people are just chatting, or they're trying to like explain something else to you about what's happening in the ends or something like that. And for me, because it's such a spiritual process for me, that when it's interrupted, for me, I could miss one of my best ideas. But they say if it's your best idea, you wouldn't have missed it, I guess. But for me, sometimes I feel like I miss my best ideas when people get too vocal and stuff. So a lot of the times I'm recording and engineering myself, producing myself, and then after I might put it in a group chat, or just invite one of my friends around later once I've done the core of the work. But no, it's very sacred. I normally record by myself. Like most of the songs that everyone's heard have been just me in the studio, pressing record, running to the booth, running back, or sometimes I just bring the mic out right to the computer and just go from there. Because I don't know, studio is sacred to me, so you know, I don't want to lose my temper on anybody because of something that they don't even understand, because they're not into the same things, or they don't understand that creative process. But yeah, definitely. And I pull words out the air, like I literally like pull words out the air, and like my melodies, they just come and go. So I just like to channel it all. So yeah, when someone's talking, I can get a bit agitated. Yeah, so. Well, freestyle in particular came about. Raheem Bakari hit me up and said him and Sully Breaks had a song, and we'd always known each other, but we'd never like connected musically. Always wanted to, and then he sent me that tune, and that might be like one of the quickest verses I've ever wrote in my life, because the whole Black Lives Matter thing was happening, the movement was happening and stuff that was going on, and I really wanted to say something. But that song, I tried other things, but that song just gave me the right amount of time to say like something in a concise, just straight to the point message. Do you get what I'm saying? So when he gave me that, it just came at the right time, because I had a lot on my chest pent up, and I just, as I said, I wanted to express it. So yeah, I've kind of, apart from that, I haven't really had much releases because I've been transitioning on my sound, because I've been in the studio so long. You start developing new sounds, you start developing like new melodies, you learn you can sing, like you learn you can do production, you do different things, I guess. So I'm really upskilling. So now I'm focusing on kind of delivering my new sound in the most like undeniable way possible, you know? So that's kind of the vibe at the moment, really. Yeah, I feel like with my music, it is always got underlining truth in it. It's always got like a narrative about my personal experiences or something that was happening in my area growing up. So it'll always have that. I don't know, it's just something that's innate to me. It's like social commentary. But I always tell people like I'm like a chameleon. My last project I put out was called Chameleon because sonically I had such a different sound bed growing up. You know, like I wasn't always allowed to watch the TV when I was a kid or have computer games. So as soon as I was allowed to watch TV, I went on to like the box and like the really poppy channels. So my first not my first, but like one of my first interactions of music was like pop music mixed with what my mum was playing, mixed with what, when I went to my dad's, what he was playing, mixed with like what I would hear at my cousin's house. It was just like a amalgamation of just loads of different music. But pop really kind of taught me how to make catchy melodies, because pop is very melody hook driven. So that's why I'm really like, when I make my stuff, it's always very melody driven. Like all that S Club 7, that Cisco, all that music that came on them channels, like helped. And then mixing that with like the Donny Hathaways, the Jay-Z, Marvin Gaye, So Solid, Dizzy Rascal. Like there's so many names that Gigs was a big influence for me. When he made Hard Bodied, like that was like the soundtrack of my teenage life, you know? So all of these inspirations just come together, and I just think it's kind of selfish of me to just give people like grime, which I guess I'm most known for. I feel like it's kind of selfish of me because I have all of these like outlets of different sounds and different ideas. So to compress it all into one kind of sound, it kind of used to frustrate me. So I kind of broke out of it. And now when you come to like a show or something of mine, it's like taking you to different sounds, different feelings, different motions. Always have the grime set at the end, or like I always have my DJ just come on, like reload time, drop some rhythms, Yizzy's there or Nov or whoever, they come up on the stage and we have that moment. But now I feel like I'm moving more into an artist space where I'm just being able to express how I feel on anything that allows me to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, people love the grime stuff. People just like, yo, give me some more grime, give me some more grime. And for me, it's second nature to me. So sometimes I don't want to undermine the listener, but sometimes I feel like they want songs, but sometimes they just want like just that grime energy on a set or something. So I'm more likely to do like a 10-minute set and just give them new bars, new energy and stuff like that, and then just go where I'm feeling sonically rather than trying to like box it in based on demand. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like supplying on demand's cool, but I really like to kind of create my own demand for my stuff and then supply all day. Do you know what I mean? I feel like on my terms, it'll be better like that. So I do feel that pressure sometimes of people just like, I want grime, I want grime, I want grime. A lot of my like New Zealand and international fan base, because they specifically, when they've met me in their countries, festivals or whatever, they've seen me doing grime. So a lot of them know me for that. And you do feel pressure as an artist to kind of stick in one genre, because you do feel like, oh, am I gonna alienate a certain part of my audience? But then you kind of got to retouch with the kid in you and be like, look, when I first started music, I didn't know about audience, I didn't know about target audience, I didn't know about demographic, I didn't know about marketing, PR and all these things. So let me just connect with the core of what drove me in the first place. And I feel like now that it's just believable and it's translating. People are now starting to gravitate. Like my song that's got the most plays, it's like over 300,000 plays now, is Richer, and it's not a grime record, it's like a different sound. So I'm like, okay, if you like my grime so much, stream it. Stream it if you love it so much. But that's why I feel like I'm more likely to just go and check a DJ on radio or something and do like a grime set, get a few reloads. That's the bit I like of it. Like, that's the bit I really like, I vibe with, and being on stage and getting reloads is just a feeling that I miss because of lockdown. I ain't had a reload in like a year. Like, I'm in my bedroom wheeling up myself. It's like a gift and a curse. I do it at my own pace, and it's mad because I feel like I have a core support base. So when I do stuff, it doesn't always reflect, I guess, on my Instagram numbers or whatever analytics. But when I throw a show, like people come. Like the venues are always full up whenever I do a show. So people are getting used to me kind of taking my time to deliver something. And when I deliver it, they always seem to like it and be excited by it. My last show, well, not my last show, one of my last shows was for Richer. So what we done was throw a show, but I just performed the song 3 times for the whole night. I just done the song 3 times in a row. And like we had loads of people come out, over like 180 people came out, and I done the acoustic version of the song, a live band version, and then the actual PA version. And my people was rocking with it. They was there for it. They stayed till I came on stage. I had one opening act as well, and just DJs. So to keep a crowd there that long is kind of difficult, but with me, I feel like they know to expect the unexpected. Like I've done shows where they thought they was gonna hear grime tunes and they came and I just had an auto-tune pedal and I was just singing for the whole show. Like I like to kind of, as I said, like make people expect the unexpected. Because it's fun. It's gotta be fun both ways. Like you can come, Frank Ocean kind of does it. Like you go to Frank Ocean thinking he's gonna do like his last album and then he does a load of covers. But it's like over time you appreciate it. Do you get what I'm saying? And he kind of shows people that I'm the artist, like it's my show at the end of the day. So that's what I kind of like to do. Yeah, it's definitely like where I come from, I'm from Brockley, like South London, Novelist is from there, Yizzy's from there. Like it's a very tight-knit community and it's like a village. So it's all about us all supporting each other. That's always something we've done. And when you're from there, you feel like a responsibility to just be yourself, just fearlessly, you know, because you're in a community where you know everyone, you're rolling around with the man them all day, etc., etc. So you do feel very like in a bubble of like protection, and like I feel like I'm not ultimately famous yet, but in Brockley and in my area, like I was famous before I was famous. Like I'd walk around and people in my area would just deal with me a certain way. Like just appreciate me, do you know what I'm saying? And I'd appreciate them and I'd put on shows at the train station and me and Nov would be in like a random bar just putting on a show, do you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that just really just gave me this thing of just appreciation, do you know what I mean? For just everything. So coming from Brockley was like a big indicator just to say like whatever you're doing, just try and amplify that same feeling you had in your area and that, just try and take that to the world, do you know what I'm saying? So one of the big things that's happening is I'm on the next FIFA, on the soundtrack for FIFA, which is a madness because growing up in the ends, like you're in the room, you're playing FIFA, like you're creating your character on FIFA. It's surreal, like it hasn't even sunk in yet. I don't think it's gonna sink in until I beat Tion or Leon 6-0 on FIFA, and then like my song comes on, and then it's a mazza. Do you know what I mean? So that's a big moment for me that I haven't even, like I felt it, but I haven't felt it yet because I haven't played the game yet and felt it. But that's a madness. Like that's crazy. Definitely popping champagne when that comes out. Just 6 of us, because obviously the new rules have come in. I get a cheeky 7 in. We're doing an interview, blood. But yeah, just 6 of us or 7 if Stefano's there. But yeah, we're gonna do that. But that's a good thing that's happened. I've got Undeniable Records, Undeniable Films, and Undeniable Studios. So I've opened up a music studio, which has been going really well. I've got like 3 staff members employed at the moment. That's got clients all day in it, which is good. So all the talent from Lewisham is currently in my studio in Brockley. So I'm keeping an eye on like what's hot, what's going on. I'm in my A&R bag at the moment, do you know what I'm saying? So I've got that. Undeniable Films, which we just started. Shot the first video was for Yizzy, Thierry Henry, and Thierry Henry posted the video, which is cool. So that happened. And then Undeniable Records, which I put out all my independent releases on for like the last couple of years, I think like the last 3 years. We put everything under Undeniable. Got a few more artists that we're looking at signing at the same time. But just taking our time. We've got artists under development at the moment because we have studios and we have the filming. We're feeling very universal. Do you know what I'm saying? Very Sony, but like the ends version, you know? Yeah, the more transparent version, I guess. No shots. Yeah, so I feel like we're creating something with Undeniable that we can facilitate artists that I feel face the same challenges that I face coming up, like maybe no one to shoot their video, not having a studio to record at, not having a way to put out their music. Every problem I faced, I'm trying to bring a solution to it. So with the team now, we've got a whole team of staff at Undeniable Records, Undeniable Studios, and now Undeniable Films. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like it's taken a while to get here, but it's all on our terms, you know, which is feeling blessed. It's feeling like a blessing, you know. And with the FIFA thing as well, like that coming in just is like, it makes it bigger, you know. Listen, 2020 has been the gift and a curse. Like, it's literally so many opportunities have happened because my brother said to me, my older brother, at the end of lockdown, I wish it was the end of lockdown. Sorry, the beginning of lockdown. He said to me, he was like, bro, there's gonna be winners and losers, like pick a side in it. And that resonated with me so much because it's my older brother saying it to me and I look up to him so much. So I just really started thinking about, you know, what I had and being appreciative for what I actually have around me, because I was like, look, I've come from a place where we was kind of ruled out, we was kind of, you know, forgotten about, to be honest, you know, when they cut funding and all these things. And somehow we've managed to just put our resources together and build a studio in the ends and have somewhere to create. And it's a madness, to be honest. Like, there's no words. And so the FIFA thing and just everything together is just, it's just an amazing feeling. And I just want to just showcase to the world and everyone watching that, you know, you and your friends can get together and put your minds first and then your resources together, and you can create something that, you know, could get you out of your jobs that you don't like, could, you know, create a legacy different, you know. So that's what I want to be like a testament for, you know. So when lockdown came, I was worried, and then now it's just been like it's been a madness, But I don't want to go back on lockdown again, please. You know, winners and losers, I don't know if I can win against, no, I'm joking. I'll win, we'll win, but I don't want to go back on lockdown again. I've been flying out every week, but I lost my passport last week. No, when did I lose it? 2 weeks ago. I'm at the airport, right? Sorry. I'm at the airport and I get there and they're like, oh, we need to weigh your bags. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, can we see your passport? And I'm like, but you know when you're looking for something that you know is not there? You know when your belly drops? So it was my boy's 30th, my boy Lengman Leon, who's on the camera right now. Loud that, man, we're filming. It's his 30th birthday, he's 20, wait, how's? 21st birthday. It's his 21st birthday, and I was the only one that missed it at the Mandem, so that was a madness. And then following week, we was meant to go to Switzerland to shoot another Yizzy visual and my visual, and then I missed that as well because of my passport. But I've got my passport back now, and it's black and gold. I've got the new thing. So I feel like I've got the best passport in the squad now. So I feel like everything happened for a reason. So I can't complain. Because now when I pull out my passport, it just looks more official, which is cool. So, and black and yellow is my colours as well. So my passport matches me. And I got yellow suitcases as well. So I just feel like it's very undeniable.